So, accounting treatment of revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. Before we start this, I must revise with you the following things we have done in before the yesterday's class. We have done the new profit sharing ratio, how we will calculate the new profit sharing ratio after the retirement of a partner, and the gaining ratio. Then we have done how to transfer the goodwill, how the old partners will, the remaining partners will give the amount to the retiring partner in the gaining ratio. Then after that we have done how to distribute the reserves and accumulated profits or losses among the old partners. So we will distribute them in the old part among the old partners in the old ratio. So today now we will be doing with revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. Why do we do so? Why the revaluation account is being prepared? We have done it in a division chapter also. Just revising it again. The revaluation account is prepared to bring the assets and liabilities of the firm to their true values and to find out the profits or loss arising therefrom. Why do we prepare evaluation account? So that when any person retires or get admit in the firm, then the assets and liabilities get revalued so that the exact profit or loss which is arising can get to the partners. Any loss or profit arising due to revaluation up to the date of retirement of an existing partner should be divided among the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. After we have done the revaluation, then whatever is the loss or profit coming in the revaluation account, that will get distributed among the old partners in old ratio. That means the person who is getting retired, that will also, he will also get the profit or loss whatever it is. Next is revaluation account. How do we make revaluation account? Revaluation account is just like a nominal account where the debit is the expenses side and credit is the income side. So whenever the assets get decreased, it will come on the debit side, and when the assets will get increased, it will come on the credit side. Liabilities, in the if there is an increase in liability, then it will come on the debit side, and if there is decrease in liabilities, then will come on the credit side. After that, if there is any unrecorded liability or unrecorded assets, so if there is any unrecorded liability, the unrecorded liabilities means the liabilities which we have forgot to record in the book, so now we have to record it. So if we have to record the liability, that means it is an increase in liability, so it will also come on the debit side. And if there are unrecorded assets, that means the assets which are not recorded in the books before, so now we have to record it, so that is also an increase in the asset, so it will come on the credit side. After that, you will calculate the profit or loss. If there is if income is more than expenses, then the profit will arise. So that profit on in the debit side, as you can see over here, the profit in the debit side will be distributed among the old partners in old ratio. And if there is loss, then the loss will be distributed among the old partners in old ratio. If expenses are more and income is less, then loss will arise and it will be credited in the partner's capital or current account. Why current account? If the capitals are fixed, we have done it in the first chapter, if the capitals are fixed, then all the things will come in the current account and not in the capital account. And if the capital is fluctuating, then everything will comes in capital account. I hope this is clear to everyone. Now next, what we will make? We will make partners capital account. How we will make capital account? We will make capital account like this. Partners capital account. First of all, on the credit side, by balance brought down. Whatever is the opening balances of capitals, we will write it over here. Then by reserves, if there is any reserve on the balance sheet, then we will distribute it to the old partners in the old ratio. When by P&L account, if there is any profit arising in the revaluation account, then it will be coming in the credit side. Then by revaluation account, and then if there is any expenses or anything which is coming in the partner side, then it will come on the credit side. Then on the debit side, to P&L account, if there is loss arising in the revaluation account, then it will come on the debit side of partner's capital account. After that, there is goodwill. How do we calculate goodwill? Just let's see first. I have told it before also. Like this, first we will calculate the firm's goodwill. After that, the person who is getting retired, then his share will be taken. Then firm's goodwill into the partners who is getting retired. Then we will distribute this amount among the remaining partners in the gaining ratio. So what will be the uh, journal entry over here? Journal entry here will be the remaining partner's capital account will get debit, and the partner who is going out will be credited over here. So here by A's capital account, by B's capital account, as you can see over here on the credit side, by A's capital account, by B's capital account. This is the amount of goodwill. You will write it on the credit side of C's capital account. So whatever with the amount, suppose the amount is 10,000 and it is distributed among A and B in 5,000, 5,000. So by A's capital account, you will write on the capital account of C with 5,000, and same by B's capital account 5,000. After this, on debit side, to C's capital account, the journal entry was A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit to C's capital account. So that's why we have written it on the debit side of A and B's capital account. You will write it like here, to C's capital account. This is the amount of goodwill. This is the amount of goodwill. And so you will write it over here 5,000, 5,000. Then after you have done all this, what you will do, you will balance the accounts. For how we will do that, you will total the sum of A's capital account of the credit side, and from that you will minus all the items written on the debit side, and whatever the amount will come, that will be by to balance carried down. Same is with B also. You will sum up the total on the credit side, and then all the debit amounts will get credit minus from here, and then balance will come. And when the in this question, suppose C is getting retired over here, so what the person who is getting retired, the balance will come over here like C's loan account. Whatever is the balance after the total, it will come in the loan account. It will not come on the balance carried down. It will always come in loan account. So whatever will be the balance remaining in the retiring partners account, that will come in loan account. Will transfer it in the loan account. I hope I am clear to everyone. Now let's do one question now. This is the question. ABC and AB and C were partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 5 is to 3 is to 2. On 31 March 2017, the balance sheet of the firm was as follows. On the liability side, creditors 30,000, capitals A, B and C 40,000, 36,000, 32,000. On the asset side, bank is given 20,000, debtors 16,000 minus provision 2,000, that will comes to 14,000. Building is 1 lakh 400, and profit and loss account is 3600. Profit and loss account means this is the accumulated loss which is being distributed among the old partners in old ratio. Now what are the adjustments in here is? The adjustments are Be retired from the firm on the following terms. The new profit sharing ratio between A and C will be 2:1. Goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 72,000, which is not to be shown in the books. Provision for doubtful debts is to be made at the rate 10% on debtors. Creditors of rupees 4,000 will not be claimed. So here you have to prepare the revaluation account, capital account and balance sheet. So let's start here. You have to prepare provision of 10% on debtors. The debtors were of 16,000. 16,000. So for 16,000, what will be the provision? It will be 1,600. And in the question, the provision is given of rupees 1,400. So how we will calculate this? Yes. So here, by provision for doubtful debts account, it will come on the credit side as the provision is getting decreased over here. In the question, the provision was for rupees 2,000, and when we have calculated 10% on debtors, that comes to 1,600. That means we have to reduce provision for doubtful debts by rupees 400. So provision for doubtful debts is our liability. So that's why we have written it on the credit side, because it is decrease in liabilities. So by provision for doubtful debts, rupees 400. The other one is given was the creditors will not be claimed for rupees 4,000. So it is also an increase in decrease in liabilities. So we have written it on the credit side by creditors account 4,000, and that's it. We don't have to do anything else in the evaluation account. So this is the total profit over here. We will distribute rupees 4,400 among the old partners in old ratio. As you can see over here, we have distributed to partners capital account A, B and C in old ratio, that is 5:3:2. So 4,400 is being distributed among the old partners is 2,200, 13 to 20 and 880. After this, we will make after making revaluation account, we will make partners capital account. Like this. First of all, on the credit side, we will write down by balance brought down. We will copy down all the balances given in the balance sheet of the capitals. Then after this, by revaluation account. By revaluation account is the profit which we have distributed among the old partners. So we have copied it here on the credit side as it was written on the debit side of revaluation account. So it will come on the now on the opposite side. That means on the credit side of partners capital account. After this, there was a profit and loss account in the question. So we have distributed that profit and loss account was accumulated losses. So accumulated losses, if we will distribute it, then the entry will be A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit, C's capital account debit to P&L account. That's what we have done here. We have written on the debit side of A, B and C to profit and loss account, and we have distributed it among the old partners in old ratio. Now, after this is the amount of goodwill which we have to distribute. How we will going to distribute that? Let's see over here in the working note. This is how we will do it. Firm's goodwill was given 72,000. We will calculate over here B's share as he is getting retired, and his share is 3 by 10. Firm's goodwill into B's profit share 72,000 into 3 by 10, that will comes to 21,600, which will be debited among the old partners in the gaining ratio. This is how we have calculated gaining ratio over here. Gaining ratio is new ratio minus old ratio. The new ratio of A and B is 2:1, which was given in the question only. ABC 5:3:2. So A's gaining ratio will be 2 by 3, new ratio minus 5 by 10, old ratio, that will comes to 5 by 10, and C's gaining ratio will comes to 4 by 10. So that means 5:4 is the Gaining ratio, now we will distribute it among the remaining partners. So what will be the journal entry? A is capital account debit, C is capital account debit to B is capital account, like this. Journal entry will be A is capital account debit 12,000, C is capital account debit 9,600, to B is capital account 21,600. And now we will show it in the partner's capital account. How we will show it? We will show it like this. On the credit side, you will write by A's capital account, by C's capital account, and in the B's capital account, you will write down 12,000 and 9,600. And on the debit side, you will write down to B's capital account, and in A's capital account, you will write down 12,000. In C's capital account, you will write down 9,600. Now that was all in the question. How now what we will do? We will balance all the accounts. In A side, you will total the side of credit side, that will comes to 42,200, and from that you will minus 1,800 and 12,000. So that will comes to rupees 2 balance carried down 28,400. Like C's capital account 22,560. As B is getting retired over here, so the balance of B's capital account will come in B's loan account, as you can see over here. In B side, you will write out on B's loan account, whatever is the balance over here. 57840, how it is come? 58920, the total of credit side, minus 1080, that will comes to 57840, and this amount will be transferred to B's loan account instead of balance. Why the balance is not coming? Because now he is not a continuing partner at all. He is getting retired. So the person who is getting retired will get some amount, the whatever he wants, so that will transfer it in the loan account of that partner. Now last, what we will do, we will make balance sheet over here. How we will make balance sheet? Like this. On the liabilities side, first we will see creditors. Creditors was rupees 26,000. By 26,000? In the previous balance sheet, it was given 30,000. From that, we have deducted 4,000, which is not claimed at all now. So 26,000 will come. Then in B's loan account, we have B's loan account will be transferred in the balance sheet like this, 57840. When capitals may A and C, the balance carried on amount will come. Then on the asset sides, bank is 20,000. Debtors will be now 16,000 minus 1,600 and not 2,000. Then building will be same, 100, 400, and there was P&L account over here in the previous balance sheet, but it will not be written here because we have distributed it. So the total will comes to 134,800 for both the sides. That means we have done the question correct.